Today, we are going to have more discussions on how to solve quadratic equations using completing the squares. First, let's have the expansion of a binomial square, a plus b squared. This is equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. The first term is squared. The middle term is the product of the first term and the second term twice, two times. Then the last term is the square of the last term of the binomial. And the sign between them are all positive. Since this is positive, so the middle term and the last term are positive. And when the operation between a and b, or the binomial, is subtraction, then this is equals to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So the only difference is that this here is negative minus minus. So let's have the summary as a plus or minus b squared is equals to a squared plus or minus 2ab plus b squared. Here, if we have a plus sign here, should have a plus sign on the middle term, positive sign the middle term, but the 2ab remains the same. Here we have a negative sign, we have here a negative sign, and the last term is always positive. The middle term only depends on the sign between the two binomials, and this is twice the product of the first term and the second term, ab, 2ab. So let's substitute in real equation. You cannot see this 2ab here, but you can see the middle term. So let's let m equals 2ab, in which you can move m to the right and 2ab to the left. And if you are going to determine to solve for b, you have to divide m by 2a. And this is can be seen in x squared plus mx plus m over 2 squared, and this is the middle term. And the last term, the b here, supposed to be b here, is twice the middle term divided by 2, m over 2. So this is presumed that your first term, x squared, must have the coefficient of 1. So a must be 1. So we don't have 2a here, but only 2 because a is 1. So for example, we have x squared plus 6x, and we are going to add a number that will make this perfect trinomial. So to do that, we have x squared plus 6x plus the value that we are going to add that will make this perfect trinomial square. So that number is from this middle term 6, the 6 middle term here, divided by 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then 3 squared is 9. So we have now a perfect square trinomial, x squared plus 6x plus 9. 9 is from 6 divided by 2, the middle term, 6 divided by 2 squared, which is 3, and 3 squared is 9. Then we can now factor this as x plus 3 squared. And if here, x squared minus 6x, we have a minus here. Our middle term is minus 6x squared, x squared minus 6x plus 9. And the factor here becomes a minus also, x minus 3 squared. So in completing the square, we have here x squared minus 4x minus 12 equals 0. Notice that 12 is not a perfect square. And we are going to, in order to make this a perfect, to complete the square here, we are going to move 12 to the right. So for x first, for x squared, then move 12 to the right, making it positive. So x squared minus 4x equals 12. Then we are going to add a number on both sides of the equation to maintain the equality that will make this left side of the equation a perfect square trinomial. So we are going to find that number, and that number is from the middle term, minus 4 or negative 4x over 2, negative 4 over 2 squared. And since you add this in the left side of the equation, you are going to add also this into the right side of the equation. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. So we have now 4x, we have now x squared minus 4x plus quantity negative 2 squared equals 16 plus quantity negative 2 squared. The negative 2 is from negative 4 over 2. And also this here, negative 4 over 2, which is equals to negative 2. Then square negative 2, and this is equals to 4. So we have here x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 12 plus 4, because 2 squared is negative 2 squared is 4, positive 4. So we have now a perfect trinomial square on the left side of the equation. And if you add 12 plus 4, this is equals to 16. 16 also is a perfect square. And we can now factor this its binomial form, which is x minus 2 squared equals 16. We have a minus here because we have a minus on the middle term of in the 4x. So we have a minus here. Then get the square root of both sides of the equation. Get the square root of both sides of the equation. X squared is cancelled by the square root. And this 16 here, square root of 16, this is equals to x minus 2 equals plus or minus 4, because the square root of 16 is plus or minus 4. Then you can have now the two values as x minus 2 equals 4, the positive, and x minus 2 equals negative 4, the negative. So let's first solve this one. Transpose 2 to the right side of the equation. So this becomes a plus. So x equals 4 plus 2. And this is equals to 6. So x sub 1. 1 here is the first value. So x sub 1 equals 6. And here we're going to transpose negative 2 to the right side. It becomes a plus. And since this is a minus or a negative 4 plus 2, this becomes x equals negative 2. So the value of x, the second value of x sub 2 is equals to negative 2. These are the two values of x in the equation x squared minus 4x minus 12. You can also check this one by substituting the value, and you can reach the answer of 0 equals 0.